live. Welcome to another Friday Facebook session, FFS from Grow Traffic. Woo! We are here today. We're starting to mention the C word. Apparently, it's that time of year, isn't it? Lots of the Grow Traffic team have been doing their Christmas shopping today because it's payday. Organised little bastards. Black Friday, yeah. I haven't even thought about Christmas yet. But anyway, here we are. We're here to talk about, we'll give you top 5 tips on how to do your Christmas marketing, how to sort out all of your marketing, social media, content on your website, all of the rest of it, ready for Christmas. So, Hannah Weinhold, what's your name? Where'd you come from?
My name's Hannah Weinhold and I'm from Grow Traffic.
Hooray! How many crisps you got stuck in your teeth there?
Oh, most of the packet.
Right. Lovely. What's been happening to you this week, Hannah? Anything good that you've been up to?
I've been on a business course run by Transform UK, I think, specifically Transform South Yorkshire, which has been very inspirational and all about making sure that your business and product and service solves a problem and that you know what that problem is and that you're not just kind of assuming that everybody has the same problem as you and wants the same things, which sounds really fucking simple, but it was really interesting and just reframed what I kind of already knew and packaged it into a very useful 2 days. So yeah, big shout out to Dennis and Mike from Transform South Yorkshire, because that was banging 2 days.
That's the thing, isn't it, with stuff like this? Like you look at it, really, they don't tell you anything you don't know. It's just stuff that you really need to be reminded of and really need to be sat down and made to think about, and taking time out to do that is really useful, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Good, marvellous. Simon Daly, what's your name? Where'd you come from?
Simon Daly, and I'm from Grow Traffic as well. One of the directors here. And before you out me, Rachel, yes, I am just chewing some boiled chicken. Very nice.
I need to know more. What did you boil the chicken in?
Water.
Why?
Why? I wanted to cook it.
Why did you want to boil it in water?
He's not big on flavouring, really.
What do you mean? What is the? I put some peppercorns in, a teeny bit of salt, and yeah. Why? What's the question you're asking me?
No, well, I think that's enough about chicken, really. You eat plain chicken. Boring.
I mean, it's just, it's a crime against the poor chicken that had to sack it. Like, you could have poached it in some lovely white wine with some tarragon and bay leaves and a little bit of cream, or you could have even broiled it in a really nice kind of like salty, stock. A stock. But instead, boiled it in water with some whole peppercorns, which I can imagine did absolutely bugger all to the flavour.
I did put some thyme and a bit. I did put some herbs in it as well in the water. It has slightly flavoured it, and I've also used a bit of. Rachel made some nice minestrone soup, so I just took some of the. I just took some of the sauce off the top of that, and I've used that as well. Just just for a bit
off the top of the minestrone. What?
Just for a bit of flavour, bit of added flavour.
Anyway, what's the good thing that's happened to you this week, Dally?
Gordon Ramsay's been in.
I mean, every day good things happen to me. But I will say one thing. I did my 10 minutes at the business over breakfast meeting that I went to on Wednesday. And it ended up being a 20-minute talk and I didn't do a presentation. I thought I've done presentations like 3 or 4 times to these guys, so I'm just gonna sit there and let them do all the work and ask me questions, and it worked really well.
Good. Well, you got your 20 minutes to talk about yourself. That's always what you're gonna like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know me,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
The best thing about me is me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, my name's Rachel, also from Grow Traffic, live in Bacup. And I've also been on a course this week. So we've all been going off and learning stuff, haven't we? But I subbed for Hannah on a board meeting, a women in business board meeting. And that was also really good, really, really inspirational to be sat around a table of some really amazing women. So yeah, learned lots of things and got lots of things to do in terms of homework and how we grow a team and form our business culture. So all of us have work to do, but we're not here today to talk about any of that. We're here today to talk about Christmas.
It's a lot like Christmas digital marketing.
Have either of you done anything Christmas themed yet? Have you posted anything on social about Christmas? Talked about it at all yet? No, neither have I. Which is interesting because we're here today to do top 5 tips on how to get yourself ready to do Christmas marketing for your business. And tip number 1 is start early. So we've all already failed, haven't we?
Well, it depends, doesn't it?
It depends. Nino.
There we go. You got the depends klaxon out already, yeah. But it does depend though, because it depends on the business. Some businesses are really Christmas oriented. Christmas is really important to the business for their revenue. I used to work at or not. I didn't used to work there. I was on the board at an event space, and they wanted to do they wanted to hold some kind of Christmas corporate events, like for businesses around the area. But they started talking about it in September. So obviously all those businesses in the area started booking their Christmas events in like July or something. So you've got to start at the right time for your business. Equally, when I worked at Skiddle, their most important day of the year, or the most important kind of revenue day of the year, put it that way, was New Year's Eve. But so all of kind of December, October was about preparing for the build up to New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in hospitality and catering and things, I mean, you start seeing the Christmas menus going up from, like you say, from September, don't they? And you think, oh my God, that's so early. I don't want to think about it yet. But you're right. If you're running something that relies on your business getting booked up, ready for Christmas, then you absolutely need to start thinking about it a bit sooner. And particularly if you're in, for example, an e-commerce business, or a big portion of your sales happen around Christmas, absolutely you need to start thinking about that in summer, don't you? And planning for it, sometimes even thinking about it the year before, what we're going to do into Christmas next year. For a lot of small businesses though, I think they could start, theoretically start about now, couldn't they, Hannah?
I mean, I think if you're starting now, it is kind of too late because it's Black Friday and, already people, if you think about the way people are budgeting, a lot of that kind of Christmas budget has gone for a lot of people. But I saw a really, really effective campaign, and I thought it's just such a good way of looking at it, in September. And there was a big sign up in Meadowhall, which is a massive shopping centre in Sheffield, outside the WH Smiths, saying, there's only 4 more paydays until Christmas. And I thought, shit, yeah, like it's so early to be thinking about Christmas. But I came home, I set out my budget, I split the budget across the 4 months that were left, and I've spent a certain amount every month. So, if you think about the way people budget for Christmas, now it's already a little bit too late. You need to be kind of drip feeding it in, especially if you're in e-commerce. Be drip feeding in those messages and sowing the seeds. People start thinking about it earlier and earlier.
Well, that point about Black Friday is crucial, isn't it? Because, even sort of 2-3 years ago, we didn't have Black Friday in this country. It didn't even factor into it, did it? Whereas now, because a lot of our online companies are based in America, or because online is universal, if one country's doing it, everybody's got to do it. So Black Friday now is ubiquitous. I've had 1 million emails or Black Friday emails already from all sorts of companies and stuff saying we've got a sale on, buy this. And you're right. right, today is payday for a lot of people, or, the next few days is payday for a lot of people. And if the Black Friday deals are on whilst payday's coming, that's when people are going to go out and do the Christmas shopping and buy it. So you're right. Before we've even got to December, most people have spent their wage and the budget that they've got for Christmas, and it's too late to even start thinking about it. What about those people who are just thinking about it now? Is it too late, or is there still stuff that they can start doing?
There's still time. Like, there's always time. This time next month, it will be Christmas Day. So, there are the Johnny come latelys that leave it till the last minute, don't do any Christmas shopping. Perhaps sometimes they get their sister to do it for them and maybe wrap them on Christmas Eve whilst they're out eating quiche. Perhaps they're called Rachel. You never know. So, there are always the people that still haven't got it sorted and are looking for a last minute deal, and will often spend a little bit more because they're all out of luck.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
I think it also depends on the objective, doesn't it? So, if you're a B2C business, then you'll have planned all this in really early on because it's so important to how your business works. If you're a B2B business that doesn't rely on kind of seasonal trends or things going on like that, just making a steady sale throughout the year or steady number of sales throughout the year, doesn't matter when people start or finish working with you, then it's probably your objective is in a way just to do some Christmas stuff for the awareness of it, just because it's an opportunity to do a bit more marketing in a different way.
Yeah. So for Grow Traffic, we don't sell anything extra at Christmas, do we? We don't have we're not a B2C, we're not a consumer product in any sort of way. So absolutely, all we want to do is just put some nice content out around Christmas. What are our staff doing? What are we doing for our Works Christmas do? What have we got for the Secret Santa? All that sort of stuff. So absolutely, we don't need to think about it any earlier than this. Although the stuff has been in the content calendar for the last year, but actually, we don't need to be ramping up sales or anything. So yeah, absolutely, it depends. So
yeah,
point number one.
Sorry, just one more thing. And some businesses might also, they might have a cash flow issue. So actually, it might be, oh God, now we do need to kind of think about this because we're at that point in our cycle. We need to get some quick cash in over that period because that nothing's going to, before that period, because nothing's going to happen for 2 weeks between Christmas and the New Year.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so tip number one, getting ready for Christmas. Number one, start early. Everybody says it, nobody does it. Tip number two, remember the ghost of Christmas past. Why? What does this mean and why does it matter?
Sally, this was yours.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I was waiting for somebody else to jump in there. Remember the ghost of Christmas past. Just look at what you've done before. Look at things that have worked and haven't worked, and don't try and reinvent the wheel every year. You'll find that you have produced pieces of content, you have produced ads in the past. Learn from them, reuse them, blah blah blah, all that type of stuff.
Similarly, we did this almost exact same session last year, where we said start early. So if you're watching this, remember the good stuff, but remember the stuff that you could tighten up on. Because if you're watching this again and going, shit, I didn't do it, then why don't, instead of planning this Christmas, why don't you spend this time to plan next Christmas and really kind of learn from what you have done wrong as well.
Where are people going to look if they want to see how well their stuff did last year or how well or otherwise their Christmas content worked?
I'm going to hit the it depends klaxon. Woo, woo,
woo,
woo.
Woo.
It depends what they did. If they did a Facebook campaign, then you would look on your Meta Business Suite. But often it's, and if you've done a kind of web campaign and your goal was to drive traffic to your website, it'll be on analytics and stuff. So that's kind of obvious, but ultimately it'll be your bottom line, I suppose. But make sure that you tie it to what your objective was with your activity. So if you really wanted to just get 30 more followers, then, you know, where were you targeting them? How are you going to check that you've got that? Well, you'll look on the platforms themselves to see if you've got more followers.
Yep, good points.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, no, it wasn't a trick question at all. It's we just take this stuff for granted sometimes, don't we? We go, oh yeah, check what you did last year, and actually, people be going, well, how do I do that? How do I know? Like, where am I going to look? You look on your analytics platforms. You look at if you've done social media, all of them have analytics. Your website will have analytics. The back end of your website will have its own analytics. So just go and have a look. How did we perform last year? Google Analytics is brilliant at this because you can directly compare year on year. So you can take like November and December and compare it to what happened last November and December. So you can really see, you know, day by day, how much traffic was I getting? How much engagement was I getting? What blog posts were they looking at? What were people reading? What products were they looking at? You know, what was a good seller? And just plan out your period of activity based on that. Hannah.
Sorry, I just took a massive mouthful of tea. Also, as well, don't forget there's a lag very often in marketing activity. So if you only start, you know, consider your kind of Christmas marketing or seasonal marketing as a whole. So if you started going like hammer and tongs in late November, you might not see the impact of that in December. You might see it in January or February. So like kind of be mindful of the activity you were doing and how immediate those results are. So like, you know, if you start hammering your social media and doing some really good engagement, then you should start to see results fairly quickly. If you're putting out loads more kind of Christmas SEO articles and expecting to see rankings, you're not going to see them in a week. So kind of make sure that your expectations are tailored to the level of success you can expect and when, and kind of be mindful of the bigger picture.
Yeah, good points. Okay, so tip number 1, start earlier than now. Number 2, remember the ghost of Christmas past. What did you do? What worked? What didn't work? What are you going to do differently?
She's frozen.
Come on, Rara, come back.
Nice.
Oh, she's back. She said
I'm
pie.
back. I'm back.
You froze then.
Christmatize. Yeah, I know. It's the Wi-Fi.
You said
I said
what?
Christmatize. Christmatize. The verb to Chrismatize.
That's a made-up word.
It is a made-up word. Absolutely.
I think I invented that just about half an hour ago. Sorry.
Yes, you did. Yeah. So Chrismatize your products and services. What do you mean by this then, Dally? Seeing as you made the word up, what are you going on about?
I'm going on about we've all got products and services, and we can kind of make them Christmas orientated. We can give a bit of a Christmas spin on these things. We can make them more convenient. We can make the product or service branding more Christmas orientated. I don't know, if you're selling a certain, if you're selling a certain, I don't know, cake or something, you could quickly change the packaging. You should probably already have done that, but I'm trying to think of a good example. I know some good examples. I've given
if you do SEO, you could instead do SEO ho ho ho.
That's the one.
Oh my God. That's it. We're done. We're done for the year. We're going home. It's over.
Oh, guys. I can see it now.
There we go. We've got
I'm buying a Christmas suit.
Oh,
I'm buying a Father Christmas suit.
Yeah, I think the important thing to remember as well, though, is that we are talking Christmassy because that's the sort of culture, but also we've got Hanukkah coming up. We've got all sorts of other holidays that happen around this time of year. We've got New Year, so think about how your products and services fit into all of that. For example, I was with a family solicitors, a couple of weeks ago, and January is the biggest time for them in terms of appointments because loads of people decide over Christmas. That's it. They're done. They've had enough. They're going to get a divorce. So, and also
boiling chicken.
Families are thrown together. So all sorts of issues arise out of that. And so the first time they come, so plan that in terms of your products and services. How does this seasonal period impact what you do, and how are you going to create, content around that and plan for that and advertise specific services at specific times, for example? Anything else to say on the Christmasization of products and services? No? Okay, I think, yeah. Right.
But
so
it's something you definitely do. And whenever you do it, you should always say Christmatize.
I think don't try too hard as well. Like we've all seen those products where it's like Christmas scented bog cleaner and winter berry fucking crisps, and
that's it, within reason. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Yeah, don't just do it for the sake of it. Do it if you have a legitimate reason for doing it. Otherwise, it does just look really cynical and a little bit people a little bit passe, let's say. Right, number 1, start early. Number 2, remember the ghosts of Christmas past. What did you do? What didn't work? What did work? Number 3, Christmatize your products, if you can, if it's not too cynical. Number 4, create offers. How do we do this, and why do we do this?
Well, where I was going with this one is that people are being bombarded with loads of marketing messages, so you might need to do something in order to kind of create the sense of urgency that somebody will need in order to convert there and then, rather than going to compare it with another piece of marketing material that they've just had. And also, it depends on your business, because you've got to remember that Christmas, you will shut down for a couple of weeks over Christmas, or lots of businesses will. So you might need to pull some money in at that point. What do you think, Hannah?
Well, I think, don't make it too forced. Don't be trite with it. But there's after Christmas, there's a lot of, budgeting. There's a lot of stuff out there about looking for extra value. So if your business typically does really well in January, you might not need to create an offer. So because people are going to use your services anyway. So if, for example, you are a solicitor and you're expecting an influx of divorce, you kind of probably don't need to create an offer. But if all your competitors are going with a value-led offer for January, then you probably do need to. So when you're creating offers, don't just do it for the sake of it to discount something that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be discounted if nobody else is discounting it, because it won't give you the edge. It'll just make people wonder what's wrong with it. So just do a little bit of research and be really considered about what you discount.
I'm sorry, I missed that bit because I was waiting on a delivery and I had to get the door. But I think the thing you've got to remember as well is that it is the time of sales, isn't it? We're just now going through the Black Friday sales. We will obviously be coming up to the Boxing Day sales, and then we're into the January sales. So, if that is something like Hannah said, think about what your competitors are doing and the competitive landscape that you are operating in. If discounting services is not something that you need to do, then don't do it. But if a lot of your competitors are doing it, or if you are particularly in a retail or a consumer industry or whatever, you are going to have to think about how you are presenting those offers and at what times and how long they're going to run for and all the rest of it. And if you are, if you have got an e-commerce website where you need to sort of run these things through, just have a quick chat with whoever does your website, or have a practice yourself. Can you put the offer codes on? Can you take the offer codes off when you need to? Are they going to work in the way that you think they're going to work? So maybe just do a little bit of a trial run with the back end of your website and make sure it's going to work how you think it is, because you don't want to end up running a sale for the next 12 months or whatever. Hannah, what were you going to say?
That's a really good point. 2 things on your website. Make sure if you do an offer code that it's not something like Christmas 10 or something, because I will try a multitude of made up codes until I hit one that works. So nonsense sequences keep ruffians like me out. But the other thing is, I don't know if this is a 0.4.1, but do a sweep through of all your touch points for all your customers and make sure that they're all up to date, that they're working, that everything's functioning, I've just tried to buy something online that I've bought loads of times, vitamins, that I bought loads of times before, and the buy button is missing. So like this is going to be like a big busy period because everyone's buying their vitamins for their kids' stockings, and then you can't buy anything.
You absolute meanio.
I'm not really, is it?
I know. Yeah, no, it is a really good point because we did have a client once, didn't we? They put a tracking, they put an offer code on, and then it broke something on the website because that plugin impacted another plugin, and then they ended up in one of the busiest periods where nobody could buy anything. So that's why, just have a little bit of a practice, put a dry run on there, just make sure everything's working. Don't go live with a big sale and a big push or a big offer and then your website's not working, because if you lose that trust with your buyers, they won't come back. They will go and find that product somewhere else, and then that other company's got their loyalty rather than you. So just practice makes perfect. Dali, were you going to say something then?
Sorry, there was some kind of delay on my screen, so I was just looking at it.
We're just waving. Hi.
We're doing a magic trick.
Yeah. Okay, so number 1, start early. Number 2,
you've been picking the mushrooms out of the field again, darling.
Yeah. All the pretty Christmas colours. Number 1, start early. Number 2, remember the ghosts of Christmas past. Number 3, Christmasatize your products and services if you have a legitimate reason. Number 4, create offers. It is the season of sales. So can you do something with that legitimately? And if you can't, that's fine. If you don't want to discount your services, you don't need to discount your services, don't do it. But if you can, go with it. And number 5, create seasonal content. Content marketing. Here we go. What kind of content are people going to create and where?
Well, I always like a Christmas quiz.
You do like a Christmas quiz? You
do like a quiz at any time of year?
I like a quiz, yeah. I also really like it when companies take the opportunity to be a little bit less formal, and which I don't think is possible for Grow Traffic, but and kind of do it.
We can try.
We'd just be on puddles on the floor, wouldn't we, if we were any less formal?
That seems like a challenge to me.
Yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, so like I like it when companies put out blogs and silly things and articles about what the team do at Christmas and the best Christmas present you've ever had, or more pun related nonsense on their social media and stuff.
It's a really nice opportunity, isn't it, to sort of bring a little bit more personality into your content and to create a little bit more of a familiarity. Some of the things that we've seen done in the past, or that we've done for clients in terms of sort of blogs and stuff, is we've contacted some of their suppliers or regular customers or companies that we work with and said, what will you be doing for Christmas? Do a little questionnaire and create some content around that. It's a nice opportunity to showcase your staff. As we've already said, if you're having a Christmas party, or you're doing your Secret Santa, or you're going out for a nice Christmas lunch, take photos, put that on your social media. It's especially if you're a business that's often quite formal and professional, it's really hard to show that, like, the personality of the company shine through. And Christmas is a really good opportunity to do that, because the normal sort of barriers are dropped a little bit. So, you don't want to be posting videos of what happened at the Christmas party at 3:00 in the morning for obvious reasons. But, take some nice, we did one when we went out for our Grow Traffic Christmas meal. When was it? Was it August that we went? And we just, we created, we put some videos out there of us all doing some shots and stuff, and, a little bit more silly, but still, professional-ish. Dali, what do you think about creating seasonal content?
Yeah, there's still loads of things that you can do to create seasonal content. This podcast this Facebook Live in itself is a piece of content that's orientated towards helping people out around Christmas, isn't it? So it's an example of the type of thing that you can do. But there's going to be lots of business owners, consumers who are asking questions that are Christmas orientated, like, I don't know, if you buy something from China, how long is it going to take to arrive? Will it get there before Christmas? All that type of stuff. Advice for what to do if you close close down over Christmas, how to, what holidays do your staff have to have. All this type of thinking can be incorporated into
Yeah,
your
just on that front.
marketing.
So when I was sat with the solicitors the other week and we were doing a content calendar in preparation for Christmas, and they were saying, there's nothing, wow, what can we talk about for Christmas? We're solicitors, what Christmas content have we got? And actually, when we sat down and thought about it and went through the content calendar, there's loads, and they were doing advice for fathers who weren't being allowed to see their children on Christmas Day, and advice for grandparents that were in a similar situation, and, what to do if, something that you buy doesn't last any longer than Christmas Day, consumer rights. So actually, you're absolutely right, Dalit. People will be having a lot of questions around this period, around buying stuff and time with family and rights and all that sort of stuff. So there will be something, if you're a HR company, talk about what the time off that your staff are allowed, and what to do if people want to work or aren't safe at work, all that sort of stuff. So that when you sit down and think about it, there's actually loads, isn't there? What you're chuckling away at there? Are you not paying attention, Simon Daly?
Me, sorry, I'm putting snowflakes on Grow Traffic's website.
Right, okay, great. There we go. Dear me. I think as well, I just want to say, we're talking about Christmas, but remember that it is not Christmas for everybody. And for some people, there are other holidays. And also some people really hate Christmas and are going to have a really horrible time. So think about everybody. A lot of companies go into Christmas with this sort of everybody's going to be having a lovely time mindset. And actually, that's not true, not necessarily true for everybody. So think about who your audience is. Think about what will they be doing on Christmas around this time? What will they be celebrating? What will they be thinking and feeling? And again, create content that speaks to them. And it might be that you need a whole range of content. You might need to do some Christmas posts and some Hanukkah posts and some non-denominational posts, but just don't assume everybody's having a lovely time at Christmas, because not everybody is, are they? Simon Daly.
You've also got to consider people who have their birthday quite late in December, and they don't like to be reminded. So they're very Grinch-like, anti-Christmases.
Yeah, that's me. I hate Christmas.
It draws attention.
Yeah, well, I don't get a birthday. The rest of you lot get a birthday.
You fucking get a birthday. We do loads for your birthday. We're going out on our works Christmas do for your birthday.
See, yeah, there we go. And poor Chloe, who used to work for us, her birthday is actually Christmas Day, isn't it? So again, really remember that. A lot of people I know, well, I think I know about 4 or 5 people who actually have their birthday on Christmas Day. So remember those people as well. Don't forget the people with December birthdays.
And please breathe responsibly. Don't be doing it in March. It's just not fair. It's too close.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So top 5 tips to help you really boss your Christmas marketing. I hate that word. Tip number 1, start early. If you're only starting now, you are a little bit too late. But as Hannah says, if you're too late for this year, start planning now for next year. Tip number 2, remember the ghosts of Christmas past. What did you do that worked? What did you do that didn't? How are you going to do it better this year? Tip number 3, Christmasatize your products and services. If you can turn something that you do and make a seasonal theme, then do it. If you can't and it's going to look stupid, don't. Tip number 4, create offers. It is the season of the sales. So how are you going to fit into that? What sales are you going to do? And if you are doing sales, practice first and make sure everything's going to work as you think it is. And tip number 5, create seasonal content. So blogs, social media, email newsletters, put something up on your website, put snowflakes over your website, whatever you want to do, but just make it a little bit seasonal. But if you are doing that, remember, turn everything back afterwards. Don't still have all your Christmas theme on your social media banners in March, because you're going to look like a moron. So remember, it's limited. That's it. Hannah Winehold, top tip for people creating Christmas content.
Make sure that your everything is working as it should before you start sending people to pages and promoting stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Simon Daly, top tip.
Understand your marketing objectives. It's okay not to do any marketing around Christmas. Only do it if it's right for you and your business.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, my first one was going to be a bit similar. Don't put yourself under too much pressure, because for some businesses it's not right, and some people just feel a bit overwhelmed that it's another thing they've got to do for Christmas. If it's too much, don't do it. But also, my tip then would be, think about your audience, think about who they are, and don't just assume everybody's going to be having a lovely, happy Christmas time. So there we go. How to make a lovely, happy subject miserable and depressing. We will be back in 2 weeks, where it is actually our last Christmas live of the year. Sorry, it's our last live of the year, so we'll be having a Christmas special. Hannah usually makes us wear stupid, like, dealy boppers or whatever.
No, I fucking don't.
Well, last time you all shouted at me because I didn't have them on. So we will be having some form of tinsel, and we will be here to give you our Grow Traffic roundup of the last year and what we're going to do.
Can we wear Christmas jumpers?
No. Okay, so
I actually have got a jumper, so I will wear that. Yeah, I will commit to wearing my Christmas jumper this year.
Marvelous. Yeah. I bought you one, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Not about that.
Is it one of those ones where there's two big holes cut out here, so your tits look like Rudolph?
Yeah, I've got some Christmas pudding nipple clamps to go on it. Before it descends into chaos. Thank you very much. If you have watched this live, if you are watching it on replay and you would like to ask us a question, please put it in the comments, because we will still monitor them and we will still answer you. You can also email us at info@growtraffic.co.uk. If you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe below. And I don't know if this goes out as a podcast anymore, but if you are listening to it as a podcast, rate it and review it.
Because we didn't put it out live.
Well, there we go. There we go. Just leave us a comment and tell your friends. There we go. Wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. Way.